Chris Charlton for KaijuPop.com, and today we're looking at Joe Danger Infinity on the iPhone, coming to us from Hello Games, as they're spending rather more of their resources, I presume, on No Man's Sky. But this is the second incarnation of Joe Danger on iOS. Last year they came out with Joe Danger Touch around about this time last year, and I absolutely loved Joe Danger Touch. It was a fantastic sort of reproduction of a console game on iOS. And Joe Danger Infinity is more of that game. The gimmick here that's a little bit different is that everybody's shrunk down and you're racing around on kitchen tables, Micro Machine style. Not that there's that much variety in terms of locations, as we'll see. But yeah, just like the last game, if you're familiar with Joe Danger Touch or Joe Danger in general, you have a lot of different characters. Now they're different toys is the gimmick. So I can circle through these, and each character has a different perk. So I've unlocked this guy, which gives me a score bonus at the end of each race. But if I want more people, they cost virtual money, which you have to grind. Or of course you can spend real money. It does seem here that I have to grind a lot more than I did in Joe Danger Touch, but maybe that's just my memory going here. The addition here as well is that you've got different vehicles which kind of have their own characteristics, but not really. Some of them are heavier, some of them fly further and whatnot. Again, they have different perks attached to them, so if you really want to go and grind those coins quickly, then you get a character that grinds coins quickly and get a vehicle that does the same. But yeah, in terms of actually playing the game, it's very similar to Joe Danger Touch, which is to say it's very similar to Joe Danger if you played that game on the consoles. So here, actually, it's perhaps not the best way to start showing off things. This is a special event where I'm being chased down by this helicopter. But you're on a series of tracks. You can do tricks by swiping along the ground, but basically I touch and hold to duck and release to jump. And I've got to collect all the coins and satisfy a bunch of different objectives for each circuit. So here I've got to shoot down this helicopter. I've got to finish, and I've got to collect all the coins that you can see here, and I've just missed a couple, which is annoying. And because I'm obsessive compulsive, I'm going to have to go back and do this again later now. Never mind. But I've shut down the chopper there, and I'm going to make it to the end. And there's, at the end, you kind of want to get the extra scores to get the trophies, and you also want to complete all of these objectives in one go to get a special badge. So it's very good. As I said, I'm fairly obsessive compulsive for this kind of thing. It's very good at scratching that itch and going, you have to make an absolute perfect run and get all these items, and then you have to get a high score. I think it's more in your face with Game Center this time than it was last time, so it's telling you the top scores on Game Center for each stage. I'm actually playing the games not quite out absolutely everywhere, so I'm showing high up on these top scoreboards, despite the fact that my score was quite clearly rubbish. I wasn't really playing for points. The other trick here, I suppose this is tying into the Joe Danger Infinity level. Oh, yeah, perhaps before that. I collected a gumball. You might have seen that earlier on. And this is kind of a gacha mechanic that's baked into the game. You don't spend real money on this part. It's just if you find the secret gumball, then you get a prize. And it's usually coins, which is good because the game's all about grinding coins. Yeah, the infinite part is here that, for the most part, you don't spend much time in these. Oh wow. Okay, so I've unlocked a new room. That's cool. You don't spend a lot of time in these menus. It usually kind of just goes when you're in a tour, or when you're in the middle of these tours. It will just load up the next level without dropping you. Well, it drops you back here, but you're quickly on to the next one. So in theory, that reduces your amount of time faffing about with menus. In reality, I kind of want to take stock for a little bit and not have to you know, and not have to worry about the game forcing me ahead when I don't want to. But hey, I've unlocked a new car here. That really is a little bit more. Would you like to buy the classic for 4,000 coins? Nope. Do I have a new character? I kind of want this guy, because just like with Joe Danger Touch, occasionally you'll have bonus levels that you can only try once with Joe Danger, and then you'll be like, hey, you want to try it again? You have to try it again with a different character. So there, it's really scratching your obsessive compulsive kind of behavior by saying, well, you're gonna have to spend virtual money and or real money to even try this again. Which it's actually a good thing. It's more fun than I'm making it sound. But yeah, I mean, my main issue with Joe Danger Infinity is that it's the same as Joe Danger Touch. It's a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely adored Joe Danger Touch. Here we've got the gate changes to change direction, so it's adding a little bit more complexity. Yeah, I absolutely adore Joe Danger Touch, so it's by no means a bad thing that this is more of the same. But I mean, Joe Danger Touch was kept really well up to date by Hello Games. They were really good about sort of adding new levels and adding new content to it. So yeah, I mean, this kind of makes me think, you know, is there any real purpose to having a sequel this early? And probably, you know, the answer to that is not really. Yeah, it is just more the same. It's great, it's colourful, it's a lot of fun. It's just, yeah, it's pretty much more of the exact same game that's already out, except the fact that I think it's a little bit. It's not excessively aggressive with. I got a new character, that's nice. It's not excessively aggressive with in-app purchase, but it kind of feels that way a little bit more. It does point you to the story a little bit more than Joe Danger Touch here did. It does kind of want you to be spending those in-game coins a little bit more. But, you know, and there you go, you see, that's an example of what I was talking about. I didn't touch to go into this level, it just kind of loaded up for me. I'm like, well, okay, alright, hang on. You know, it's not like there's an infinite mode here. It's not like I'm playing an endless runner. It's just that the game won't just let you rest for a second. It just kind of goes, and that's not really the vibe that I get from Joe Danger as a game. It just seems really weird that that's there. But yeah, normally I wouldn't comment on it. It's just that seems to be the calling card for the game, because it's called Joe Danger Infinity. It's just a little bit odd. But yeah, perfectly good. It's perfectly unremarkable though, and that's coming from, honestly, me thinking that Joe Danger Touch was one of the games of the year on any format last year. I didn't get all the buttons, never mind. Yeah, good, but not great, and that's disappointing when it comes to this sort of thing. But yeah, Joe Danger Infinity, it's on iOS right now, and I can't remember how much for that, a couple of bucks I think, so not too bad. Chris Chat for KaijuPop.com, thanks for watching, bye.